hallways are empty now, but as you can see from pictures taken from our security cameras, when students are passing from one class to the next, the density, the compaction of students becomes tremendously great. And when you think back to being an awkward freshman in high school or an undersized student trying to get from point A to point B, shoulder to shoulder packed in like that, it makes for a very awkward experience. This diagram shows how the lockers contribute to the congestion in our hallways. When you drop a set of lockers into the hallway, it reduces the space for students to pass. And extended beyond those lockers are areas where we've drawn blue lines, where if a boy wants to talk to his girlfriend during a passing period, he needs to stay behind that line or risk disciplinary action for causing congestion. But the congestion doesn't stop in the hallways. Many of the original classrooms in the grade 10 through 12 building are undersized. The state calls for 900 square feet per classroom. We're running closer to 800 square feet, and so there's a lot of compaction inside those classrooms. The science labs are another issue. Original to 1967, many of them have been outmoded and a lot of the equipment has failed. Our science teachers do an outstanding job of sharing those rooms, but we don't have enough of them and our equipment is not up to standards. Other examples of our infrastructure issues are the flat surfaces surrounding the original high school, many raised edges, tripping hazards, unsightly areas that make it hard for students to feel proud of their high school. Here's another example of the exterior of the building where the brick facade is starting to crumble and fall apart. We have this happening throughout the exterior of the facility, and it has become an issue. This is an example of some of the older equipment in our boiler room, and we see this throughout the original high school where we have been putting money towards fixing up these situations, but it's very similar to a used car. The infrastructure of the original high school needs to be replaced. This is the entry to our trailers, where 20 teachers instruct students on a daily basis. It's not heated in the winter, not cooled in the summer. But the most unfortunate part of leasing these trailers, beyond the obvious safety concerns of being in these types of structures in high wind conditions, is the cost associated with the rental. Between $350,000 to $400,000 a year is the cost of leasing these trailers. In order to be thorough about our investigation of the quality of all of our school facilities, we did commission Spear Corporation to do an analysis of our pool. And what that report showed us is some issues with our filtration system. The guttering system around the pool is designed to have the water flow uniformly across all parts of the surface so that the filtration goes through at a rate of every 6 hours. What we found is with a non-uniform flow, we do get some haziness to the pool water, especially in the deep end as we work our way through the afternoon. It does catch up overnight, but it is a concern of ours. Additionally, our consultant has mentioned to us some of the areas related to the poor ventilation in this building. This chair is about 2 years old, and you can see the corrosion on there from the fact that the chlorine is not being filtered out of the air as it appropriately should be. There are other issues related to our benches where students wait prior to entering the pool, where we're constantly battling that corrosion. We have exit doors that are stainless steel that indicate a lot of the problems with that ventilation system as well. Finally, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the condition of our locker rooms, the dressing rooms for the swimmers. And these are original to the 1978 expansion, and not only do they have a lot of wear and tear, but they're very undersized for our population. Another area mentioned in the Spear report, but not in great detail, is the condition of the structure or the shell of the building that houses our pool. They mentioned several things that were available to be seen with the naked eye: cracks in the outer walls, issues with the windows, and other areas. This caused us to pause and say, wait a minute now, in addition to all of the issues involving the basin of the pool, if we have issues with the building that houses our pool, maybe we need to step back and say, is this used car worth fixing, or is it going to cost us so much that we need to consider starting from scratch on our pool? We've taken the time to share problems associated with our high school facility. It's important that I mention that our freshman center facility does an outstanding job of serving the students in that area. We're also very proud of the achievements and accomplishments of students led by staff in all grades 9 through 12. I hope that you take the time to view the other segments related to our proposal on this website.
you.